Imperative part 3. So in this one, I'm going to show you how to do commands, and these are commands that you would use with one person who you would speak to with do. So someone that you know really well, someone on your level. So there's two parts to this. For most verbs, I've got those labeled as everything else. For most verbs, we are going to simply take off the ending. And after we take that ending off, we have our command form. So if I wanted to tell someone to go, I would take off the en and get geh. If I wanted to tell someone to buy something, kauf. If I wanted to tell someone to drive, take off the en from fahren, fahr. And I could add to that, I might say something like, fahr nach Hause, drive home. Reparieren, to repair, reparier. Now occasionally you may see an extra E on the end of these. That's up to you whether or not you want to put that on there. Sometimes it makes it a little easier to say it, but when people speak really fast, a lot of times that gets dropped off. So I'm not going to put it on these. Reparier dein Auto. Now notice in all of these we have one thing that's different from the other commands. We don't use the word do in these. And that's just like English, because when we're doing commands, we don't say, we usually don't say you go, it's usually go. So we just use the verb. That's what's going on here, just a verb. Now, I've added over here with stem changing verbs. When you have a stem changing verb that goes from E to E, like sprechen, that would be sprechen, du sprichst, or er spricht, lesen, sie liest, and nehmen, sie nimmt, or du nimmst. When you have these actually keep the stem change. You will stem change it. That's only with E to E. Notice over here with fahren, that's also stem changing. I didn't have to put an umlaut on that. So commands don't like the stem changing umlauts. Do commands do like stem changing verbs from A to E. So if I were going to tell someone to speak, normally I would take that ending off and that should be the command, but we know I've also got to change this. Sprich. So I might say sprich Deutsch, speak German. Sprich Deutsch. Lesen, we know that that's going to go to from A to E. Sometimes our stem changing verbs add that extra E on the end. If I wanted to tell someone to read, lies. Lies das Buch. Read the book. Lies das Buch. Nehmen goes from A to E. Nimm das Geld. Now the good news is you don't have that many stem changing verbs that go from A to E. I think at this point you have maybe 4 or 5 at the most. These are probably the more common ones. So for now, that's it. I'll give you a little bit more later. Tschüss.